Samway's good running here from the back by Sedgley. Lineker coming in now. Oh, fantastic football with no reward. It was a brilliant run to meet the ball, delivered perfectly by Sedgley. And the inside of the post, along the line and out. No wonder he looks skywards. Bold is there again. Smith coming from deep. Bold glances it on, and that's Adams! Oh, the captain! Arsenal, to their delight, have finally forced a way through in the North London derby. So the force of numbers at the corner kick. But what a difficult shot it was to take from Adams, and how superbly he managed to manufacture a drive that sped in off the post. It bounced high, he kept the ball down, in it went. 1-0 Arsenal. Well, Lineker has fastened on to Mabbutt's throw. Dixon hoping to get a goal kick out of it, and Lineker was convinced that it should have been a corner. In fact, the ball has stayed in play, and Arsenal have got an extra man here. Oh, and Thomas might still get the ball. He looks to chip Torsfeld, and very nearly did. It was a perfect response by Thomas, because he'd lost a lot of the momentum in his running, because John Polston just got a piece of the ball there. But Thomas then improvised. Torsfeld had started to come out. Torsfeld used his full height to keep it out.
Arsenal won the championship on the strength of their away form last season. It's become Liverpool's forte this time, their 7th win on location. Now remember the old adage, Liverpool don't lose when Rush scores. Rush's 11th goal in as many games, Liverpool undefeated during that spell. And remember the last time these two met. Liverpool scored 9. They settled for 2 at the Palace. It started with Grobbelaar and finished with Beardsley. Nigel Martin might have prevented it. Whether Palace could have prevented their 3rd straight defeat if he had is another matter entirely.
Aston Villa 2nd, Southampton 4th, on paper a match to savour. It certainly turned out that way. Tony Daly direct and dangerous for Villa, his shot finding a route past Tim Flowers. But Southampton are made of stern stuff these days, and 9 minutes after half-time they drew level. Rodney Wallace clipping the ball for Glenn Cockerell to score. Ian Ormondroyd orchestrated the decisive goal 11 minutes from time. Kevin Gage scoring for Villa, a 10th consecutive home win.
Chelsea have rather lost their way of late, and were grateful to a Charlton side who gave Kevin Wilson not 1, not 2, but 3 chances to open the scoring on the 3rd minute. Bobby Campbell's side, who were top in November, have won just 1 in 9 since, not helped by a defence that currently looks liable to cave in at any moment. Dave Besant saved them a point with a man-of-the-match display at Hillsborough last weekend, but not this time. The goalkeeper embarrassed by Paul Williams' shot. At least I'm assuming it was a shot. But Charlton, having drawn level, then succumbed to another Chelsea corner. Bob Boulder all over the place, Wilson once again in the right place. The replay shows there was no foul on the Charlton goalkeeper, he just lost his footing. Wilson's 11th league goal of the season, taking him level with Terry Dixon at the top of the Chelsea scoring chart. Only temporarily though, with the match dying on its feet in the second half, Dixon took matters into his own hands. A positive run finished with a perfect chip 5 minutes from the end, well worth a second look. Once again, Charlton didn't put up an awful lot of resistance, but Dixon's quality brightened the mood of the Chelsea support in a crowd of fewer than 16,000, the lowest home league gate of the season.
Derby haven't beaten Forest for 10 years in the league. The writing on the wall after 16 minutes. Steve Hodge onto Gary Parker's beautifully weighted pass, and that was neatly done all round. A run on goal again for number 2. Nigel Jemson almost inviting Shilton to race off his line. His first in the league for Forest, 2 without reply at the baseball ground, 6 without defeat.
Howard Kendall's rekindling of the Manchester City spirit continued against Coventry. City haven't conceded a goal at Main Road under the new regime. And 7 minutes from the end, David White forced in the winner.
Wimbledon have yet to concede a league goal home or away in 1990, although Millwall had their chances to end that run. The best 2 fell to Teddy Sheringham, who on recent form might have been expected to take them. Sheringham had returned from a 7-week injury absence with 3 goals in 2 games, including 2 in the FA Cup last Monday, but where Manchester City were ruthlessly dispatched, the Dons were allowed off the hook. Millwall remain in the bottom 3.
These 2 meet in the Cup next week. First blood to Everton, the first of 2 fine goals by Kevin Sheedy. Nevin to Snowden, to the best left foot in the business. Everton appear to be having another revival, with all their recent goals coming from midfield. McCall's cross, partial clearance, should be no problem as it falls for Sheedy's right foot. Now there's a thing for Ron Atkinson to contemplate over the next 7 days.
Luton's first home match under the management of Jimmy Ryan, and following their fine draw at Liverpool last week, a promising start against Queen's Park Rangers as early as the 5th minute, despite David Seaman's rescue attempts. Rangers' confusion punished by David Priest. It was an untidy goal, and so was the Rangers' equaliser. Mark Falco taking full advantage as the ball bounced back to him off the unfortunate John Dreyer. 1-1 after 31 minutes. Two minutes into the second half, Kurt Nogan, on his home debut, was brought down by Danny Maddox. Luton looking for their first win in 11 league games, but Danny Wilson failed with the penalty, and it finished 1-1.
Ball, Bowen. Rosario on the far side. Plenty up and in there. Oh, a terrific goal! It came off the post now. Thought that looked as certain to be in there from Rosario. He volleyed it with such power against the post. And somehow it came right across the face of the goal and behind. And United breathe again. Back to Steve Bruce. Hooking it away, Bruce looking to get there before Fleck, and he'll have to really open up. Robert Fleck! Oh, the crossbar! Oh, that's twice Norwich have hit the woodwork. Butterworth to Rosario. And now Crook. Fleck to Rosario. Fleck again, might try something from long range. Nope. Oh, can try it from short range. Robert Fleck. Norwich ahead. Good combination. Townsend's lovely little touch. Fleck's finished just inside the post, and Norwich in the lead.
Well, you can't say they didn't deserve it. Brilliant 1-2. Great finish by Robert Fleck. And I think justice has been done. We can't argue with that.
Townsend, Linnigan, Butterworth, Rosario, Fleck, all in the box. Townsend, here's Crook. Long-range shot. Oh! It's going to be another one! Fleck! The mistake there by Jim Leighton. And Robert Fleck took it gratefully. Leighton's mistake.
Great shot by Ian Crook here. Great shot. And Jim just can't hold it. Giving up a bit, hasn't he?
And Fleck made short. There's Fleck's shot from the other angle. I think Jimmy, he didn't really know whether he was going to hold it or tip it.
I don't think he was sure. It was a good shot from Ian Crook because it came out of the blue.
And there's a man who's got the pressures building up to an almost intolerable level now. A decent man and a good manager too, but just having a bad run at the moment, Alex Ferguson.